Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the content of the show. Guys, I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on the 12th October 2024. We're doing a video on another movie, and this time it's two movie, and it's the Jumanji remake. So I'm 31 years old. In case you didn't know, I'm Papa Status, and I've watched the original with Robin Williams Jumanji. So what is Jumanji? Jumanji is a game that you get stuck in, and if you can make it to the game, you survive. If you can't make it, you die in the game. There's this remake with characters, and it's kind of rare that I'm able to say the name of the actor, but with characters like Jack Black, like The Rock, Dwayne John, The Rock, and of course, how can I forget Kevin Hart? Kevin Hart, by the way, was an excellent Roland. So for everybody that said he wasn't a good Roland, say that punk. So yes, the two movies. Listen, there's always this attachment. There's always this emotional bond between Jumanji original and me. The reason being very simple. I grew up with that shit, but I grew up with Robin Williams. Robin Williams wasn't a father figure, but he was somebody that I liked a lot, and I still like him a lot. Rest in peace, Sir William. Very sad story. Yeah. In the original Jumanji were better. But what I like is they modernized Jumanji. This time it was like a computer. This time it was like an RPG. You can do this. You have your status. This guy is good at that. This guy is good at this. This guy is good at this. Etc. 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 And at last, etc. Which I think is kind of cool, but it does take away from the board game. And I mean this. How many new board games are being made? I don't know. Not a lot. I don't know. But Jumanji in itself, Jumanji is actually a good movie. It's weird because you're taking characters and you're putting them in bodies, and they're playing this character, and you're not sure as to why they're doing that, and it doesn't serve a lot, except for one thing. There's a moment in the story where Jack Black, which is a bit on the fatter side, it's okay, I can say it, I'm fat too. I'm way fatter than Jack Black. I'm way fatter. Trust and believe that. And Jack Black played this girl. No, this girl plays Jack Black, and she tried to do a burpee to lose some weight, and she ends up being okay. Well, I cannot do it. I'm too fat, and that's pretty funny because you see Jack Black making a complete fool of himself, but for a good purpose. By the way, I didn't know Jack Black was Panda, Kung Fu Panda. Who would have guessed? Who would have known? Who would have thought? Not this guy. So the Jumanji is fun. I mean, it's more a kid's movie. It's a lot more of a kid's movie. But it's still pleasant. I had some laugh. The story in itself isn't complicated. The story in itself it's a lot of oh my god, I finally realized moment. And those moments come as oh well, you need to put this person, and you need to put this person in the spotlight. So for example, they didn't have a cool moment for a while, so let's make them discover the clue, which I think is pretty clever when it comes to narrative, but it can also be seen as a lazy narrative. Continuing, my biggest problem with Jumanji is if I was 12 I would have loved it. At 21, kind of it wasn't boring, but not far. And my biggest problem with Jumanji is that the movie, the concept is great. The story, amusing. The character, the actor, phenomenal. Jack Black does a really good job. Wayne Rock Johnson does a really good job. Kevin Hart, splendid. But apart from that, that's a movie. And I know what you're saying. Well, Inky, there's a good story, there's a good actor, there's a good concept. What more do you want? The movie relies on those too much. It constantly relies on the actor being so good. See, the story starts, the first one at least, the story starts with characters that you don't even know who they are. And then they play those three characters, which again is Rock, Black, and Hart, right? And like, holy shit, it's kind of cool. But like, okay, well, if it was my issue was if it was still those kids. It's not against those kids. There's nothing against those kids, but you're comparing young actor, which can be super good, versus people that have this experience, and it's not a fair fight. Um, the best thing about the Jumanji is you're taking in a bunch of, and it's kind of cool because I watched it last week. You take a bunch of losers, sorry to say, and you put them together, and they have to go through shit because they have to go through shit, and like, oh my god, this is so cool, because they're evolving. This guy who was shy to talk, who wasn't heroic, who was shy to do anything, and was like a wussy and afraid of everything. He finally stepped up and like, you know what? If I need to do something, I'll do it. There's no problem. I'll be there. I'll be the guy to do it. And you gotta like, and just get him the girl at the end, which is phenomenal. But then at the same time, those characters that are seeing this growth, you're putting them in an intro, and you're putting them, so their intro is those characters, right? And you learn a little bit about them, but not too much. And then you put them in a situation where they go to the principal office. And that's the reason why they play Jumanji. You spend a good 10 minutes leading to nowhere. And my issue is, okay, let's put it as simply as way possible. The three ways, right? There's the three characters. You're supposed to care about the three characters from the beginning, the three team. But then you meet those actors, and you kind of forget that they're playing the characters. You kind of forget about the three actors in the beginning. Then you come back to them, it's like, oh yeah, okay, cool, they're back. The payoff is weird. Second movie was a lot. I didn't like it. I like the first movie was a cool concept. The second movie, you do the exact same concept, but this time you put in different people, and two of those people are old people. There's Milo, which is played by, I don't remember the name of the actor, but he did play Predator 2, which we just finished looking at, which is a pretty good movie. And he did play in a bunch of movies. He played in The Office. I think he's the guard in The Office. Holy shit! You think about that. And you got Danny DeVito, which is a fucking legend. But you're putting those people, and it's nuts because they understood that the first movie was based on the fact that those characters was attached. So, for example, it's funny when Jack Black plays a teenage girl, right? I just said in this video, one of my favorite movie is exactly that concept. You guys remember Freaky Friday? Love that movie. There's another movie with Rob Schneider, and Rob Schneider becomes a teenage girl, and it's super funny, and it's kind of weird. When I say kind of, I mean a lot. It's very weird, but at the same time, it makes you laugh. So where's the issue? And it does serve, but in this time you get old people, and it's like okay, well, I understand who is this character, but now they're again being replaced by another one, right? And there's even a moment in the movie where there's a shift, and they go back to the same body. So now you start the second movie with those three characters, those teenagers. You put them in the body of those actors. You put them in different bodies, so they experience different stuff. Then you re-switch the body, so they're back at their body that they had in the first movie, just to finish with the teenager once again. So there's four cast of characters, and like, I don't give a fuck about most of them. And I'm not trying to be mean, but at the same time, I don't. The second one was good. My issue is the second one is very carbon copy of the first one. So the first one, you get a quest given to you by a character, and the second one, we have the same character gives you another quest, which is good because you're pushing forward the idea that this character is the quest giver. You're pushing behind the idea that Jumanji hasn't changed. You're pushing behind the idea of is the same exact game we're playing, just a different quest. My issue with this is it's so similar that you feel like I saw this, and it's new content, but you feel like you saw this. For example, in the first movie, the character of one of the Jonas brothers, I think it's Nick, but I'm not sure. The husband of Priyanka, really good. I think it's Nick Jonas. I'm pretty sure it's Nick Jonas, the most popular of the Jonas brother. I said it. And he plays character, right? It's a character that has been stuck in the game. That's actually one of the very first good thing about the game. So, in the original Jumanji, you fall in love with the character of Robin Williams because He was this kid who played Jumanji and never got out of the Jumanji. So he's been in Jumanji for 20 years trying to survive. And you got the character of Nick Jonas, that exact same thing. He disappeared 20 years ago, and then they find him. And in the first movie, he has one health. So like, holy shit, this guy's gonna die. You have to protect him. In the second movie, he has like this hero, but he loses, and I'm not even joking, he loses two of the 3 lives in a couple of seconds. Not a couple of seconds, but a couple of minutes. Like, bruh, this is the same thing as the first movie, so why am I seeing this again? Now, technically, it's my mistake. I'll be fair. I think if you see Jumanji 1 and you wait like a year for Jumanji 2 to be filmed, and then you see Jumanji 2 in the theaters and you haven't seen a movie in a year, I think it's much better. Because you remember, oh yeah. I remember this from the first movie. Holy shit, that's the same guy. What? Another cutscene, the exact same thing. And there's this feeling of nostalgia. But I've been watching I binge watched the two together, and it was repetitive. Who knows? That's my Jumanji review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys had a good time. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.